Ahoy hoy and welcome to Players and Book episode 13. I'm going to throw it
Lucky number.
straight to you, Katie.
You're always throwing it to me, and I don't know what to do with it. Hi, everybody. I'm Katie Downey, aka Goblin Katie. Tonight, I will be playing the part of Dominique Gemot, who is a Triton College of Eloquence bard. And real quick, we just want to give a shout out to the wonderful folks over at Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms because they have given us a lovely code. What does this code do, you might ask? Well, I'll tell you. This code, once you put it into the game, gives you a free electrum chest full of all sorts of little goodies to make your characters extra goody. You might happen to recognize a few of the people in this game as characters in your game, so make sure to stock your team with them. They're all awesome. They kick much booty. And that code is going to be juviared through.
Excuse me? What did you just say to me?
I was expecting something a bit more drawn out. It caught me by surprise.
I gotta mix it up every once in a while.
It came through fast, yeah.
It did. It just juviared it through.
I'm just going to move on from that because I don't know how to take that. Hi, I'm Lauren Urban. You can find all the stuff I'm doing at lauren-urban.com. Just check my front page because it's way easier than trying to figure out social media. It's all on there. Tonight, this afternoon, today, I'm playing Fairlos Lout, a Tabaxi cleric of the Tempest who's under the water and is being very good about not hitting anybody with a big hammer because she respects her friends, but she really wants to hit some with a big hammer.
So proud of you.
Growth.
Talk fast.
Hello, my name is Jen Kretschmer. You can find me on the interwebs as at DreamWisp or streaming on Twitch, hopefully again soon, as DreamWisp Jen. Two things. First of all, Tuesday's a big day if you live in the US. Please go vote. You can check your voter registration at vote.gov. Many states have same-day voter registration with provisional ballots. Please go do that thing. It's a civic duty. They ask you to do it only once every couple of years. Please go do the thing. Also, I had a big announcement this week, which is that I consulted on this shiny new book. It's the Dungeon Master's Guide. I'm very proud. Ooh, the non-limited cover. It looks so pretty on screen. Wow.
It's so pretty.
We're really proud of this book. I think it's very, very useful for folks who have been dungeon masters, who would like to be dungeon masters, or who just want to learn about this game and how to run an awesome game. And even for players, some other wonderful folks you might know also were consultants on this book or worked on this book. So please check it out. It's on D&D Beyond now. You can get that cover and in your friendly neighborhood store. Otherwise, it is everywhere on November 12th. Oh, and today, who am I playing? I'm who am I? I'm playing Rivulet, who currently has fins underwater.
As one does.
Yes,
As one do.
who's a tsunami druid.
Yay. Hi, everybody. I'm Latia Jaquise, and you can also find everywhere I am at my website, latiajaquise.com, because really that's easiest. But mostly I'm on Blue Sky now. So come there. It's nice. The sky is blue. I would just like to also say that November 5th is Dio's birthday, and you would be giving him the greatest birthday present in the world if you went and voted.
You
Because
owe it to Dio.
you owe it to Dio. And also, this 100% true fact is that Kamala D. Harris's middle name is Dio. It's 100% true. And you should
know that.
It's not true. It's not true.
Oh,
It's not true.
Okay.
It's just 100%.
Latia, your
But you
deception
bailed
is
on
so
that immediately.
good. Your deception
bailed
is
on
so
it.
good. You can't
You
do
had
that
us
to us.
and you
So
bailed on
gullible.
it.
Look,
I
I didn't want to be that person. I'm just saying it because it's Dio's birthday and I have a chosen presidential candidate.
Well, yeah.
But yeah, it'd be the greatest thing in the world if you did your civic duty and gave Dio the best birthday present that he can have because he doesn't have opposable thumbs or the intelligence to read. So go vote for Dio. Who am I am playing? That's right. We're playing a D&D game. I'm playing Essequid Havenwright. The dragonborn blade singing wizard who swims like an alligator.
And is the reason we can all breathe underwater. Thank you.
And is the reason that we can all breathe underwater.
Thank you.
Some of you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm 100% sure that Essequa and Dominique have done that. Like she's casting water breathing in the morning, and she's like pointing at everybody, and Dominique is just like
Riv's letting you do it because you can, but also is like has full on gills.
I do
That
it
are, like,
anyway.
Opening and closing as you're casting it.
Dominique gets water breathing cast on her too. She just pretends that she doesn't.
She gets spite water breathing.
Meanwhile, Fairlos is like first in line for the casting. Absolutely right there. I have no idea how they're breathing underwater, but thanks to you, I'm not going to die, so thank you.
Does it also waterproof Fairlos's fur?
No.
Yes.
Oh. I mean,
Fairlos doesn't
the level of confidence you both had with your answers was goddamn amazing.
I mean, here's the thing. If Latia and or the DM say it, then I will take it. But I will also say that Fairlos doesn't mind. Unlike most cats, Fairlos does not mind getting wet.
I love the idea of like tabaxi underwater, and you know how hair is normally like really sleek, but when they're underwater, they're just like puffed out. All the
You'd be
fur
so
is just
shiny
like,
too.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, because it's not water breathing's intention, it does not last as long as water breathing actually does. So because we've been underwater for so long, I'm sure Fairlos's fur is getting wet at this point.
Yeah. Listen, the fur is fine. It's like getting a free bath or something. I don't mind. It's the armor that's just a pain in the belly to try to get all dry and everything, but that's for another day.
I am going to write a song for you called Soggy Kitten.
Okay.
I'm
Then
gonna
please tell us who
I
you
Is
are.
that this game's version of
Jeremiah Samari. You can find me on the socials at dsumerian pretty much everywhere. I'd like to go through and credit everybody. Cartography by Shane Peku, cartography by Shane Peku Sci-Fi, maps by Luke Stratton, maps by Eightfold Paper, music by Tabletop Audio, character tokens by Greek Force 6, custom tokens by Shane Peku Tokens, overlays by Brian Podell of Exploding Dice, and custom world map by Freckled Sketches. And I'd like to thank our moderators, Billith and Strike Red Kite. Also, for the audience's sake, you should know I have a cough. You may be able to hear it sort of in my voice even when I'm not coughing. I will try to keep away from the microphone whenever I do it, but I have to cough right now. So one more.
So everybody take a drink. You know, along with everything else, drink water, have a snack, and be nice.
Oh, should we make it a drinking game where you take a sip every time Sim coughs?
If we remember.
It's like Snonky.
It's like Snonky.
All right. Let's get into the let's see how much of the summary I can read without coughing. Let's actually make, if we're gonna have a game, that'll be my game. All right.
I believe in you.
Episode 12, which was our previous episode. Tiny Dancer. Pretty-eyed, pirate smile. You'll marry a music man. Ballerina. You must have seen her. Dancing in the sand. Tiny Dancer by Elton John. The souls begin in the belly of their ship. As the trip gets underway, the two cruise shifts manage the ship fairly well until the second day, when the trickster spots a large black dragon in the distance, diving at something obscured by an island. The souls get a little worried, but eventually they pass by without any trouble. Afterwards, the scholar heads downstairs to commune with the ship again. She discovers that the ship thinks of her as its god, and that there are 3 marionettes attached to the bottom of the ship. This news is notable, but before she can act on it, the scholar hears a commotion above decks. The souls are engaged in combat by strange puppets, and Charles Moriarty is knocked overboard. The trickster dives after him as a giant shark quickly darts away from the ship. Nope, I didn't make it. The acolyte and the philosopher quickly dispatch the enemies, while the trickster desperately tries to catch up to Charles. No luck, but one of the puppets is captured alive. He's surprisingly friendly, and with some convincing, decides to take them to meet the master of the deep. Once they get near the ocean floor, the souls find a giant, motionless, but undead serpent creature. It is recognized as Godrun, the reliable employee, an agent of the Kasari Empire that was corrupted and zombified during the creeping cold cataclysm. Of course, I would put creeping cold cataclysm. That's going to be fun to say.
Yeah.
It's my new warm-up phrase for voice
Right.
acting.
Red,
souls-
yellow.
The souls recover an amulet from the creature, but as soon as they take it, the thing falls apart and finally dies. Following what remains of the remains, they find a chest the size of a small cottage. The souls enter the chest and find it is more of a music box and bigger on the inside than it is on the outside. There's a dancing ballerina at the center and zombies performing a waltz around her. It is 1:21 p.m. on Rath's Day, the 19th of Dreams. The sun is still up and will be for quite some time, though you guys can't see much of it down here. And Charles Moriarty is negotiating a deal.
I mean, it depends on what deal he's negotiating with who.
I am inclined to say no immediately.
I don't like anybody messing with our precious baby.
I know.
Listen, Lauren agrees. Fairlos is going to be like, well, we don't know if deals mean messing. It's fine. But I don't know any of this because I can't hear him when he's talking. So we should get back to being underwater.
Yeah, you guys can't hear the god of narration.
No,
At least he's negotiating and not taking the first offer.
That's true.
true.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah. Yeah.
When we closed off, I remember you guys were inspecting the skeleton near the entrance.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the only information I gave you was it's real old. And I think there were rolls.
And
actually.
humanoid.
And humanoid, yes.
Yes.
There
And
were
his foot is
rolls.
gone.
There
So-
were, and one
They
of
didn't go
them,
well.
I don't remember. No, one of them was really good. One of us had a good roll.
I think
wait,
that was.
We can check the.
We just scroll up, yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like
Yeah.
the Rivulet's 18 might have been the
That's
best roll for
probably
that
it.
one.
I
Yeah.
think so.
Yeah. Because I've got a 22.
What I have is that we know that there was light coming from an air pocket above.
That's
the
true,
skeleton
too.
was humanoid and extremely, extremely old. There are rocks that are generating air bubbles. This may have been a temple, and there's an image on the floor that looks like the star dragon. It's the symbol of the god in the dream.
Yes, those are also all true things.
And we got the rules for interacting with the Fae.
Well, I call them rules. They're just suggestions from the DM to keep in mind.
Okay.
Guidelines. Sorry, I had to.
Because Fae operate differently in different games sometimes. So just
Yeah.
giving you an idea of way they work for me.
Mm.
I'm sure it's fine. So that skeleton, real old.
Hmm.
Anything
Mhm.
else?
Not particularly. It's too old to really truly identify one way or the other.
Okay. Does it have a hat? I'm pulling up the map
Does
right
it have
now.
a hat?
No, I
It
don't
does-
think he has a hat.
It does not have a hat. It does have a sword in one of its hands.
Oh,
Is
that's
it
what that
a-
is.
Busted up like it looks, or is it an actual legitimate sword?
No, the sword is functional. It looks it's like a Chris, like it's got a little bit of
Yeah.
Ooh.
like there's a little bit of waviness that's actually from
I
like
wanna-
looking down at the water, but yeah.
I think Dominique's going to reach down and pick it up and spin it and use it and walk forward like it's a cane.
Okay,
And just a very stylized strut using that blade as a cane.
fair enough.
I like it.
The ballerina at the center of this music box is still just dancing in place.
And I'm going to tap that blade and walk to the beat from the music.
Ah,
I'm going to continue to take up the rear, both because someone needs to watch our backs and also because that's the best way for Fairlos to avoid smacking everything with a hammer right away.
That's fair.
Zzz.
I'd like to come in the room a bit more to see what I can observe.
As you walk up, it stops dancing and looks over in your direction. Hello.
Bonjour. Please do not let us interrupt your dance. It is so beautiful.
Would you like to join me?
I would prefer to watch you, if you do not mind.
I don't mind. Not at all.
Thank you. So, what are you dancing to? What is this song?
There's no music.
Ah, I was hoping perhaps you were hearing something you could tell us about.
No, it comes from memory, but there's nothing playing.
Ah, what is this song in your memory?
It goes 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
I would like to pull out my viol that plays underwater and
Yes.
play something that matches that beat for her.
Okay. What would you like? What? I'm gonna put a little bit of responsibility on you.
Oh
What's the
God.
name of the thing that you're playing? You want to ask me the name of every NPC and every,
Motherfucker. Well, you said waltz, but the beat you gave was not a waltz. So is it a waltz or is it a four
No,
count?
the zombies are definitely dancing a waltz. I didn't say that she was there.
Oh, okay. So a four count. Oh, let's have some fun with this.
Mm.
Oh no, that would be a bad idea. I'm not gonna open that door.
Don't overthink it.
Fine, dance macabre.
Fair enough.
Hey.
Do, 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 do.
So you
And
could fit a 4 count in a waltz if you try hard enough.
you
It's
can,
possible.
yeah.
It's very Shostakovich. You can do it.
I'll
Well, and it wasn't as it was like a syncopated 4 count too. It was ba
It was,
ba
yeah.
ba
Yeah.
ba 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 ba.
But that's what I'm going with, damn it.
This is what you get when you get musicians in a
Yeah,
D&D
right?
game and get us on music.
And the DM doesn't know anything about music.
It's okay. You're the DM, so whatever you say right now is true. Is true.
Is true of music.
This is also true.
But yeah, she just goes back to. You said you wanted to just watch. She goes back to dancing currently.
All right. I am going to continue to play, and I will turn slightly to everybody else and see if anybody is spotting anything in the room or able to see anything of Charles.
I would also like to examine the zombies and see if they are if they're dancing of their own will. Like there's no we can't hear any music, but are they dancing of their
You
own
can.
will or
You actually
wait.
can.
Um, I would like to move up to Dominique, and I am going to put my hand on her shoulder and cast protection from evil and good.
Merci.
Goblin, can you take a look at chat? Sorry.
I did, yeah. Okay. I'm on it.
Yeah, no, it's
So that will give you protection against certain types of creatures, including
Hey.
aberrations, celestials, elementals, fae fiends, and undead. So it seems like that might be useful when we have undead and fae in the same place. They will have disadvantage on attack rolls against you. You cannot be charmed, frightened, or possessed. So there you go.
being properly cautious in a place like this.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see how long it lasts.
Mademoiselle, do you have a preference for how we address you?
I am. No, I don't have a preference. Nothing at all. Call me.
Maybe.
What falls? What falls down? Tears, stars,
ashes?
tears. Call me tears.
As you wish, dears.
I do still want to see if like since there is music now, are they now dancing to what Dominique
They
is playing or
slowly have they've slow like it was a weird it wasn't an immediate thing. They slowly started to catch the beat that Katie was playing.
Hmm.
We've got
Hmm.
one of, or I think actually specifically, Dominique has the one marionette that we brought with us, right?
Mm-hmm.
You did,
Yes.
and I
uh
was about to put him on the map if I
Yeah.
was going to go look for him.
Richard?
Richard, thank you. Um, what what is he doing? Is he reacting in any way? Does he look like he's trying to go
He's off
forward?
on the side, very quietly clapping like this and looking up.
Okay.
Richard, would you do me a favor, please?
Sure, what did you need?
Uh, could you? Oh, you know what? No, never mind. I don't want you to do that. I want you to stay here with me. Friends stick by each other, right?
Ah.
That's so sweet.
I I I apologize for busting into your wonderful dance, but we are looking for someone. Have you
Oh,
had any unexpected visitors, or perhaps expected visitors pop in?
yes. Oh, yes, yes. I brought a new friend down here. He fell down like I did. And
Oh,
Very softly, you hear Fairlow say, "He didn't fall. He was taken."
well,
you can technically do both.
oh, this is true. Oh, I believe
Um,
that may be someone we are also looking for. We want to make sure they are safe.
They're safe. They're with they're safe.
Would it be possible for us to speak with them, please?
Sure. Do you see
um,
do you see
may
the
I, oh,
go
sorry,
ahead?
while this is all happening, may I ready something snunky and have the trigger be if we are in danger, if we're threatened
Sure, sure, sure,
directly?
sure. You see the altar behind me?
I do.
He's un he's under there.
Funny she says that because I was
Is
literally just about to go, hey, what that is? Can I go poke at it with a with a stick?
may I does this seem truthful? Does this is there
Make
are
an
there
insight check.
any 24?
You know, she
Oh,
is she's uh, she certainly believes that what she's saying is true.
Hmm.
like
Um,
maybe that's a gate that goes somewhere else?
or that's what she's been told, or that's the impression she gets.
Yeah.
Um, can I just out of curiosity, because it feels like we're kind of in a standoff about this. I wanna swim up to the pocket of air and see what's up there.
Okay. As you go up to the pocket of air, you look up and the walls of this music box stretch to infinity. So what you see at the top is just it eventually narrows to a point
Mhm.
because it goes so far up. And then there is just light coming from what above, but you can't see a source. Weirdly,
Okay, interesting.
Brain, we would like to go see them. Is that all right with you?
sure, sure, sure. I like having new friends.
Yeah, friends are a wonderful thing.
Hmm.
And I will continue playing as we start to walk around the outside of the circle.
The circle.
You don't want to walk through the strangely. Okay, fine.
Oh no.
I mean, to be fair, if you want to have some fun, I did swim over it to get to the top, but I didn't
But
walk through it.
How far above it were you, you think?
So I guess probably from where I was. So I was here, right? Like I guess at some point I probably maybe 50 feet above it before I actually crossed
Oh,
over
then
it.
you're fine. Anything more
Okay.
than like uh, two or three people's heights would be more than enough to avoid any sort of compulsion to dance.
uh, and I
Not
will
Um,
feeling festive.
I will continue to play while everyone else figures out how the fuck we get down there.
as you approach the altar, you see a ghostly form in front of you of some sort of um, frog person.
Does he have a hat?
This one does not have a hat, no.
Okay. Um, Still playing. I will bow and rise back up. Engage his reaction to the bow.
He does. It's like he can't see you. He's just kind of standing there.
Okay.
Does
I
he
will.
look real?
I mean, he's transparent.
Okay, that was what I was getting at. Ah,
Eh.
Oh,
Is he holding a weapon?
Um, no, that's
Okay.
just the only frog person
just
Okay.
token.
guardian
No, that's
like,
fine. I just wanted to
or
make sure.
does he seem guardian like, or
I would say no. But everybody roll an insight check. Who's up there?
would
That's
love
everybody, I think.
to.
I think I think
how
everyone's.
close do we need to be to roll that?
You just need to be close enough to see him,
Wow.
really.
Okay.
I mean, Verlos's head is on a swivel
Yeah,
and
it
is
is.
as suspicious and hardcore upset at everything. So the natural 20 gives me a 26.
Nice.
Um,
I'm a 22.
Rivulet. This frog is familiar to you, but you can't really put your finger on how. Furlos. With a natural 20, something tweaks in your mind. There was, a long time ago, in the notes you read on the island about what happened at the fall of the Kasari Empire, Bagger Frock, the one who eventually founded Frogtown and all these other things, he wrote in his journal that he had a warforged friend who left the island and came to here, or came across the ocean, and he never heard from them again, more accurately. And that sense of like, this guy seems familiar. I mean, he's a smaller version. This is a ghostly form of Bagger Frock. Which you would never have gotten without a natural 20, so good job on that.
Wow.
What
Okay.
the? That's weird.
Still very soft, very under her breath, because once again, she doesn't think she should engage directly because it's just going to end poorly as soon as things get complicated. So just very quietly, once again, you hear her say, "That's Bag of Frock."
But he's small.
That's him, though.
What could
Um,
that mean that he's down here?
Can I approach it? Like I'd like to get maybe like 5 feet away from it.
Absolutely.
Does it do anything?
As you get much closer, you can see that it is really like kind of non-responsive, but you realize it's actually looking through you like you're not there. And what its actual focus is the dancer at the center of the circle behind you.
Okay. Well, and then I kind of like get
So,
a little bit closer and I do this to make sure. I'm like, well,
How
it's not
close are
looking at
you?
us.
Like
Like
in
I'd
its
say,
face?
yeah, I'd say like right, like within. I'm within melee at this point.
Okay. He dissipates into nothing.
so did we know the name of the Warforged friend?
Lenore.
Lenore.
Oh right. So would it then extrapolate that this may be Lenore in the center?
Well, yeah, I would say from your role and Furlos's role, from those extremely high levels of insight, you can intuit that as characters very easily, yes. Or at least not
What
necessarily that it's
else
a
did
certainty, right? But that's a possibility.
um what else did we know about Lenore?
Warforged left the island. I think that's the only thing in the notes specifically. Was a Warforged, was a friend or companion to Baggerfrock. Their relationship wasn't defined in the journal notes that you read. Um, just that they knew each other, that he told her about his dream, and that she didn't know. Uh, she was as a Warforged, she didn't have any insight into dreams. That was about it. That's what you that there's not a lot of information in that note, but that's the information you would have.
I want to pick the pace up just a little to see if they match it.
You want to pick the what up?
The
Pace.
pace of the music,
Ah, yeah, they do.
Okay.
the
They start,
tempo.
yeah, they're following your tempo.
Okay.
When the apparition disappears, do we see any entranceway into under the altar or something that he was blocking?
Um, make an investigation check.
I know my strength shoot for
I'd
sure.
like to
Is
help
that
you then.
yeah.
I would.
May I cast guidance?
Sure. You can
Uh,
if you would like to throw it to someone with a better investigation and give
I'm
them
a
guidance.
+6.
Yeah, I mean,
Anybody else?
I will offer help to whoever wants to do it because it was something I would want it to do too. So
Okay.
yeah, Fairless would come a little bit forward and say, "Is there a way to go on down?" And that's how I will help you uh, do the investigation.
Sure. Go ahead and roll your investigation and then
Okay, so it's
with
investigation plus
advantage.
guidance with advantage. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
So with advantage and then
It can't go wrong, right?
Well,
you don't say it.
you
Don't say
never,
that.
you never say that.
Why?
That's what invites
plus
double natural ones, and
guidance.
then you're sunk.
So it's a 27.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool.
This altar is actually a trap door.
Oh,
Huh.
that kind of trapdoor. Wait, a trap door or a trapid door?
Trap door. It would open up. You can lift it up and
No
there's
ED.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Richard?
Would we like to confront
Yes.
We can
Lenore?
try if this
Because
is
it seems that she meets the criteria, right?
For what?
that this is. I don't think you read the notes on Mount Chicken Island.
No.
And really we got very little out of them because I was barely able to translate them, some of them. But we think that this might be Bagger Frock's automaton friend, Lenore.
Sam,
yes.
I assume there are songs that were written about these two.
Why would you assume that?
Well, they seem to be of some importance. Is there
They
anything?
were of importance, but they were very isolated.
Okay. I want to, let me think then.
I'm not going to say that there isn't, but
If there is, I would like to start playing. I'd like to shift into playing that and gauge her reaction.
make a performance check.
Okay.
This isn't for your actual performance, but rather
Sure.
to determine whether or not there is a song about these that you
May I
can
help with
perform.
that? I can
This
throw
is
guidance if that's the way
That's true,
to
but this
help.
isn't really a skill check. This is a let's determine something about the world sort of check.
Mm.
Okay.
Understood.
24?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Turns out one of them there pirates that passed by Mount Chicken Island heard the story at some point in the past
Yeah.
and told it in a tavern somewhere, told it in another tavern somewhere, filtered all the way around back to you 500-600 years later.
Awesome.
The names aren't in it, but the story matches.
I'm going to shift and I'm going to kind of jerk my head to Rivulet to get on the uh, other side of me so that she's closer to the group. And I apologize, my camera is being a booty. But I'm going to kind of jerk my head for her to be able to get to where the rest of the group is so we're all together. And then I'm going to shift to that song and see if there's any reaction. And if there are words, I will begin to sing with it.
All right, so you begin performing Rusted Gears.
Oh, yes.
Um, Lenore picks up as you get further along in the story, because she's never heard this before, and starts to like recognize bits and pieces, it seems. And then she clicks and clicks again. And then turns towards you. Where did you? What is that?
There's a beautiful song I once heard called Rusted Gears.
Where did you hear it?
It was written long ago. There was a fellow who came through my town and he spoke of this story. And as beautiful stories are wont to do, it inspired a song.
I like it. And the ghost of, or the ghostly form, I should say, of Bagger Frock appears again next to you, looking like this. At you.
Um, I will sort of look down at him and sort of jerk my head and wink, like, go on.
No response from the ghostly form.
Uh, Rain, tell me, have you ever known someone like the two in this song?
Long, long time ago. Once, but no longer. No longer.
We've
No.
we've seen that the ghost is like looking past us at her.
Mm-hmm.
Can she
This
see?
time around, it's looking at Dominique currently.
Yeah. Can she see him now that he's moved forward? Is there any indication because Dominique is playing a song about the two of them because the
She has not once in the entire time you've been here focused her attention on this ghostly form.
Okay.
I am going to take a step away from him. Does he follow?
No. In
Okay.
fact, he and disappears again.
Okay. I will continue playing. And I'm going to look at Esokwa and Riv and just
I'd like to figure out like where is this ghostly form of Baggerfrot coming from? I feel like it might be
Make an
coming
arcana
from
check.
yeah, I feel like it's coming from her, but I can't be sure. So give me a second to roll.
This can be guidance or probably, yeah, guidance would be good probably for that.
I got a natural
Holy
20.
moly.
That's
You
that's
guys
that's a 24.
solving things with natural 20s. This energy is okay. So with a natural 20, everything about this place is sourced from the figure at the center of this
What
dance.
do my arcana eyes see?
Everything.
Something inside her is clearly broken, but she is also supported by immense power of some kind. And she is using that immense power to relive old memories that you guys can't always see. But sometimes they come in and then they go back out.
Well, we know who that person was who probably gave her the power, so.
Perhaps we should move to the next room and see what we can do there.
Dominique, let me just double check. Yeah, make an active perception check.
Okay. Not my strongest, but how about that? Natural 20.
That'll do.
Sometimes the dice really want you to be able to tell your whole story, Sim, and that's just what's going on.
All right.
Wait, each of us has had one now, right?
I have not had one yet today.
Okay,
But I've had
okay.
very high rolls.
Your turn's coming.
Yeah.
There is an energy emanating from underneath the trapdoor that you were talking about going into. But more importantly, Richard is fucking gone. And I was going to say that you don't know where he's gone to, but I think with a natural 20, you catch just a glimpse of the end of him slithering in underneath the and I do mean slithering underneath the trapdoor.
Don't like that word in this context.
Fuck me. Okay.
The wooden, well, you don't like the wooden marionette turning
No.
into a, yeah, okay.
No.
Really? Oh, Richard, not Charles. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm still
creepy.
disturbed.
Did I say the wrong word? I'm sorry.
No. You said it right, okay. But I've been focused on Charles this whole time and forgot that Richard existed.
Yeah. Yeah, Richard, who I made a point of calling my friend. I'm sure
Friends
it's fine.
don't betray each other.
Yeah, let's go.
Okay. You guys want to lift open the trapdoor? It's gonna take all of you. It's a big. That's even underwater. It's big.
Sure.
Before we all go to lift the trapdoor, I'm just gonna step to the edge of the circle here, the dancing circle, circle of dance, and say to Lenore, would you want to be fixed if we could fix you? I'm sensing some disjointedness about you.
No, darling. Tears were made for falling.
How dare you, Sim?
What?
Be so poetic.
Oh,
I will stop playing, but keep singing, so it becomes kind of an a cappella.
And I'll go back to help everybody open the trapdoor.
Fearless just looks like she's going to put all of her attention on opening this thing, because otherwise she's come this close to just shouting out who this person is out loud to them several times.
It's okay, Bruce. We're gonna get through this.
All right. Everybody who wants to try and help. I mean, it's gonna take a little bit of everybody, I think. But everybody make a strength check independently of each other.
Okay.
Oh,
boy.
This is my best stat.
Total we're looking for. I'm gonna keep my eyes closed so I don't see what you're rolling. The total we're looking for is a 38.
Are we rolling saves or just checks?
Just checks. So
I'm sorry, which kind of check is it?
Strength.
God.
If you have athletics, which I don't remember if anyone does.
I do.
Oh, I would prefer to roll athletics if I could.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
You've already rolled your one.
There's no other way around this, right? There's nothing we can...
You could. Yeah, oh, sure. Certainly. I'm sure there's another way you guys could figure it out. I thought you guys just wanted to try and lift it.
Oh, I
Yeah.
thought that was our only option.
If you
Also, the
There's
two of
always
you-
other options. That's just what you guys said
Um,
you were doing.
if you're gonna let us use athletics, then that 15 turns into an 18 for me.
Gotcha.
Well, I can.
I mean, technically, I think you guys are
I mean,
already
So
there.
you,
30.
are we there?
Yeah.
Because otherwise,
32.
I will transform and make this happen.
Because
But
we got Katie, yours is not a 2. It's you have proficiency in athletics, or at least half proficiency in athletics. What's
I have
the
a
bonus?
0 for athletics.
Okay, but
I have
Yes,
a
it's
negative
not a
1.
so it's not a -1, so it's instead a
A 0.
3.
Yeah.
18 plus 3 is 21 plus 14 is
and that's actually a 16 because I rolled
actually 16.
straight strength. I did not add my athletics.
Gotcha. So 21 plus 16 is
37.
37. So you guys actually are there because there's no way that the last roll
Okay.
could be lower than a 1.
okay. Well, it could be because I have a negative to my strength, but I
You could also
can
guidance
just not.
yourself.
I can also just not roll.
Yeah, if you have something else.
Rivulet is standing there going, that's some good lifting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if you like,
You are
if,
doing
if,
well, my
if
friend.
Riv just guides one of us, we have it. So
yeah,
we
I will
can-
throw a guidance on anyone who would like it.
Sure. It doesn't matter who. Well, or if you want to put it on Furlos, the strongest person, probably.
Yeah.
Yes, Fairlos, please take some. I think the way. Remember to lift from your knees,
Exactly.
And I think
not
it's one
from
of,
your back.
and I think it's
That's
one
good
of
guidance.
Yeah, that's very good guidance.
It's a
And-
good guy.
I think while everybody else is straining, Fairlos is almost one-handing it because she doesn't want to let go of the hammer. And so it's still a bit of a heft, but she's just like,
I think Dominique is faking a lot more than she's actually putting in.
But you're singing, so it's fine.
Yeah, that's true. I'm contributing.
And you
did
guys
it.
open it. There is, in fact, a stairway down. But
Is-
you're in water, so you don't have to walk it if you
It-
don't want to.
Is
Wait a minute. Wait. I'm sorry. I have to do it. Rivulet is giving morale support.
No.
No.
Fairless lets go of the thing, so it just goes poof back down. No.
Well, we've done it once. We could do it again.
Actually, before anyone lets go, do we see a way to prop this open, or a chain that it usually is on, or a hook?
If you push it back far enough, it'll lean back against the back wall.
Okay, then when we do that stop and see the thing, the stairway going down, Ferris is gonna be like, no, we're gonna keep going, and is gonna guide everybody to it back.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Not that that's any complete consolation. Actually, I'll say this in character. This doesn't guarantee it's not going to close on us again, but at least it's going to make it a little bit harder, and we should hopefully hear it if it does.
Mm-hmm.
I think that is a good call.
Let's go
Good
find-
luck. Don't
Merci.
fall.
We will do our best. As we're getting ready to go in there,
Real quick. That don't fall. Is that sincere or sarcastic?
She's been talking about falling this whole time. I think it's just
Yeah.
a thing for
Maybe,
her.
maybe,
Yeah.
but
Insight?
yeah, I need to know, or else
If
Ferris.
you are unsure,
I'm gonna.
May I also get in on that?
sure.
15.
Yeah, 14.
Yeah, I was like, is this mocking or is she being sincere, like in the good luck?
Yes.
How
Sort
did
of
she die?
sincere. I would say mostly sincere, but a little bit of a playfulness to it.
I'm not sure she is dead. She is an automaton, so she's.
How did he die? Was there something involved in their story about falling?
Bagger Frog's not dead. He's Mount Chicken Island.
Oh, that's him.
Yeah.
Oh.
Bigger
Yeah,
frog.
Lenora is seeing memories, and in fact, so yeah, at that slightly playful "good luck, don't fall," Ferris is gonna look back and go, "Thanks, Lenore," and see what she does.
Really?
Yep.
Mhm.
She's had enough.
Came this
One
close.
second
Came
here.
this close. Sorry, everybody.
She is going to stop dancing and not collapse fully, but go to her knees and reach for her head and start to scream.
Ooh.
I'm going to start playing again.
Someone is having an existential crisis, I see.
I
I'm going to be
think this.
clear. The scream only lasts for 2 or 3 seconds. She's still making all of the motions as though she is screaming, but whatever voice was coming out of her has stopped.
I'm going to cast message to her
Okay.
and just sing the chorus softly like a lullaby.
I will say with that, she starts to actually, like, you see the light in her eyes start to dim more and more and more. And as it dims, the light that's coming from above is also dimming.
Oh, that's great.
This place is getting darker and darker and darker by the second.
A gesture for everybody to get down the hole.
Yeah, but is this something that we actually want to do, given that she is the reason this whole place is
I
the
don't
way
think
that
we-
it is?
Charles is
Okay.
Charles is with someone else. I want to go talk to that someone else.
All right.
And despite the fact that I have dark vision, I'm going to kind of tap the head of my hammer and cast light on it, just so that we've also got ambient light.
Yes. So it's not dim light anymore that you're seeing by. Gotcha.
Mhm.
Just more for the something about the ambiance dimming in this
Mhm.
moment makes Fairlos want to fight back against it.
Gotcha. Perfect.
Lauren feels bad. Fairlos is like, mm-mm.
Okay.
All right.
And she'll start heading down.
So you guys start heading down. I feel like that's a great transition point to go ahead and take our break.
Ooh, okay.
A little early, but
That's okay.
Better
I
to
have
find a good
feeling
spot
that
for
there's
it.
something big coming
Yeah.
up.
Mhm.
well, actually, what I think is that this session is going to be a little shorter because I'm sick. Other
Yeah.
people have certain things going on.
Yeah. Okay. I think
Alright.
this is a lovely time for a
I
break
think
then.
let's come back at 15 after.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
See you in
Bye.
15,
See y'all.
everybody.
See you in a bit.
Bye.
Ahoy hoy! Let's give the credits real quick. Cartography by Shay and Peku. Cartography by Shay and Peku Sci-Fi. Maps by Luke Stratton. Maps by Eightfold Paper. Music by Tabletop Audio. Character tokens by Greek46. Custom tokens by Shay and Peku Tokens. Overlays by Brian Podell of Exploding Dice. And custom world map by Freckles Sketches. And thank you to our moderators, Billith and Strike Red Kite. I believe you guys have just opened a hole into some sort of, I guess abyss would be the right word.
Yeah.
That's accurate.
Like you
It
do.
is just pitch black down there, but you guys do have dark vision, but it only goes to 60 feet. So your dark vision stops. It does not reach anything before it stops. So you just see darkness.
We do also have a faint, softly glowing hammer.
That's true. You do.
Also a softly glowing sickle.
Oh.
Oh,
Also, a
moonsicle.
softly glowing sword.
I'd say my hammer is brightly glowing. It is light. Sorry, go ahead.
I know this is silly. I got credit for something creative earlier that was not mine. Tears Were Made for Falling was adapted from a song called Sweet Dreams in C Major. I want to make sure I'd say that before I forget. I know it's silly. It's just a thing for me.
I respect your
You're
integrity.
an honest person
Yeah.
who wants to make sure people get credit. That's awesome.
Listen, just the fact that you even pulled that out as a reference is still very impressive.
As I assume we're cresting and going into the stair area.
Hysteria.
Mysteria.
The staria.
I saw that coming.
Um,
Fairlos
once-
would wait to bring up the rear, but yes.
Okay. Once we're in there, Dominique will kind of, real quick, I think you all need to know. As we were finishing up in there, I saw Richard slithering down here. Just something to be aware of. The wooden marionette slithered.
Do we
I'm
think he
sure-
could also be a shark?
I don't know what he is, but I do not think he is a marionette.
Frankly,
Okay.
that's the least weird thing that I've heard about this place so far, but it is good to know.
Just be prepared, because we have said a lot of things to him, and he may not be what we thought he was.
Be prepared for slithering.
Nothing down here is gonna be what we think it is.
He's gonna slither, I can slither right back, and then I just angrily swim.
So too could Rivulet, to be fair.
I will
All right.
begin going down the stairs.
Before I move you to the next map, is there anything you guys would like to say to each other or do before you?
That's it for me, but hang on.
Okay.
Let me just double check.
Is there water flowing down the stairs, or is it already water? Like, is it
It is already
dry?
so these stairs looks like this place was not underwater when it was built. If it was
Right.
if it was built, whatever this place is.
Well, you don't build stairs underwater.
Yeah, obviously. It is now currently completely flooded, the entire
Okay.
place.
Because I know she
so-
said don't fall, but like if it's water, you generally don't fall.
There's different kinds of falling, though.
she
Yeah,
fell
that's
quite a
true.
ways
There's
in
whale
some water.
fall, and there's a lot of different things that can happen. But
I am, as we're going, I am going to I'm gonna lean over to Essequa. There are very few people who can understand Charles's mind like you do. And so if we get into a situation where he needs convincing, I believe you are the one best capable of doing this. And if that is the situation, I know you will have it well in hand. And I pat her shoulder, and you get a bardic inspiration.
Yes. I reply by saying, I think you overestimate my ability to understand Charles's mind, but I will do my best to convince him if he needs convincing.
And if your best does not get him convinced, I will give him orders as his captain. And if the two of us cannot convince him, then I will grab him by the scruff of the neck and we will go.
I think this is a good plan.
Mm-hmm.
Riv and I will be in the back munching on some kelp.
seaweed snacks.
Keep going.
So I'm going to move you to the next map, and
Oh, God.
something is going to happen when you move to the next map. You will have like a split second, I suppose, to respond.
We can't take a short rest before we continue on, can we?
You could if you
It would be
wanted to
really
on the
lovely to have-
stairs.
Well, but we're going after Charles, who's been kidnapped.
Yeah.
So
You want to wait
probably not.
you want to wait an hour? I'm
Oh,
okay with that.
no,
I
it's
don't wanna
okay. It would,
For that hour to be over.
yeah.
I want to know right now, is
I
Charles dead?
I appreciate the ask, especially as someone who played a druid in the past, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a
Awesome,
spell slot
bitch.
hungry.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Okay, so you guys are going to come in at the top of this map, but right
Whoa.
as who's in front? That's that question.
If Berlos is keeping up the rear, it's probably me or Dominique.
Dominique, you're in front.
I'll,
Or me and Dominique,
yeah,
I'll say.
we can be side by side.
Okay, well, no, because it's going to be somebody in front who sees this first. You're going to be
Maybe
the only
me.
person who can
Put it,
respond.
make
it'll be,
make it, yeah,
Essequa.
Essequa.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll be mean.
Charles is going to say, "All right," and jump.
Ooh, oh, actually, that's amazing. Can I vortex warp him?
Yes!
Let's look at our distances. Pretty sure you're well within the range, but I
Yeah,
just wanna double check.
range is 90 feet.
Oh, for sure you're in the range, but I'm going to do the measurement just in case. Oh yeah, absolutely.
So he needs to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
I'm sorry, what did
'cause-
Charles say?
He
All
said,
right.
"All right."
All right, and jumped.
Oh gosh.
Give me one moment to open up his character sheet. You'd thought I had already had it open, but here I am.
He only has to make that if he's unwilling, correct?
He is unwilling. He does
Okay.
want to do what he has already.
He's made some sort of bargain.
Yeah,
I
he's
figured that-
agreed to do something.
Well, I figured I'd ask in case, seeing that it was us and or specifically Essequa, he would be willing to at least give into the spell, but I get it. That's why I wanted to ask.
Does a 13's not going to beat your
13
DC?
does not beat my DC, so he jumps, and instead of going forward, he literally gets like yoinked back to the platform
Hold on.
that we're on.
I'm going to think about this. How far away are you from him? Because
Hang on.
no, I don't mean to put the turn order up. That was sitting.
Oh,
up.
we can make this
Um,
happen, though. If we need to make this happen, I can summon Snonky and yoink him back.
Well, no,
Well,
the
yeah.
only person who has the response is Essequa because she's the one who
Oh.
turns the corner right as he jumps off.
35
Yeah.
feet.
Okay. He is going to try to counterspell you.
Oh,
Do you have
counterspell?
Deal.
I do not have counterspell.
We're not high enough level to have counterspell, right?
Yeah.
No, you're level
it-
5.
Yeah, we're level 5, but I don't
Oh.
have
You
it.
do.
Does he see like? Well, I guess he would see me in enough time because it is an action.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm only casting it at second level, so he would counterspell.
No, it's going to be the 2024 counterspell. So I
Oh.
believe you get a con save of your own, right?
Oh.
Whoa, yeah.
Oh,
let me look
yeah.
that
So
up.
you make
I
the
don't-
save, and if you make it, the spell still goes off, but he doesn't lose the spell slot.
Yeah, okay. So I get to make a con save. I should really read my player's handbook.
It's a lot. It's a lot of material.
Yeah, listen, all of us are not only learning new 5th edition stuff, we still have 4th edition and 3rd edition floating around in our heads, so it's fine.
And second.
hmm
And
So many.
3.5.
So many. Okay, let me
And other
roll
systems.
this.
Wait. There are rules?
They're more
Look,
like
I'm just
guidelines.
making it up as I go along. So
They're more like suggestions.
Look, a big part, and I can say this as an official consultant
Yes.
on the DMG. A big part of that book is saying your table is your table, and
Right.
apply the rules or don't as you think fit.
Goblin,
Yup.
what is your inspiration right now?
D8.
D8.
Double checking. I'm pretty sure it's a
The
D8.
DC is 16, by the way.
I'm not gonna make it with the D8, so
Mm.
What do you need to get to?
I need to roll max on the inspiration die, and then
Do you have an inspiration?
Oh, that's right. A DM
I
inspiration.
do have a DM inspiration. I'm gonna take it.
Do
again.
it.
Do
Yeah.
it. Heck yeah. No,
Ooh.
Oh,
he's meant to jump.
Oh,
He's meant
man.
to jump.
Give me 1 sec. 1 sec.
No,
Yeah.
I'm okay letting this happen.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, but when this happens, there is a chance I can get Masnaki once I know what's happening.
He might
He's
be
off
too
the
far.
edge, and
yeah,
the idea
he'll-
is that he's
He'll
jumps.
be too
he's
far
falling
gone at
now.
this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Snonky
see,
can go far.
Here's the thing. Oh no, because it's happening as we get in there. Never mind. Okay.
Yeah,
Right. So the
I'm
deal is this: he's going over
Totally
the
fine
edge.
letting this happen.
Yeah, he goes over the edge. He is now falling. You have like 30 feet to cover before you're going to be able to see him now because he's already
Mhm.
fallen
Right.
off of the edge.
Nope,
Um,
I have made my attempt, so I have failed at it. The dice are telling a story that I will let happen.
Gotcha. There is an entity here.
Yeah, bring up his icon because yeah, I thought it. He's hot. Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Of course he is.
Of course he is.
I mean, it's gotta be.
I mean,
got-
I'm just guessing from the token. That looks very Oberonish.
It does.
That
It
looks
does.
like a
does.
crown.
You know,
he's got a little friend too.
and I have a very big hammer, and I'm going to make him not hot anymore.
I'm just gonna automatically, as soon as I see Charles jump off, I hold one hand out on the side where I know Furlos is.
I come around.
I mean, look,
Furlos?
I can.
Furlos?
Okay. The fey creature is going to turn to face you guys. Oh, hello.
do the rest of us know what happened with
Bonjour.
Charles?
Like,
I
did
think-
we-
Unless Asuka tells you no.
Okay.
Yeah, so there's a couple things that are gonna happen. He says hello, and I think the first thing out of my mouth is gonna be, "Where did Charles go?"
Oh, he is going to visit the Fey Realms.
Ah, well, that is a lovely vacation for one to take.
Mm.
Any idea how long he will be there?
Not very long. He asked that I would, once he gets down there, he wanted me to transport his girlfriend down there because she's really interested in Fey stuff.
Mhm.
I see.
Was she given
And
the option to say no?
yes, actually.
Excellent.
Yeah. He did this, like, I gave him this mental link to her that he could talk to her about it.
So, I am being very informal. I apologize,
Oh,
but
it's fine. It's fine.
wonderful. We actually had come here trying to find him. So I'm afraid we're at a bit of a loss of what to
Oh,
do
well,
now.
if you want to go visit,
No, we'd like him to come back.
okay, he'll be back in a few minutes. You can hang out here if you want to, or you can go back upstairs. Lenore, I think, probably would love it if you dance with her for a little while.
She's having a moment to herself. I don't suppose you would tell us what he's doing.
Who's doing?
Charles, what Charles is doing.
Oh, he's just going to the Fey underneath,
For what purpose?
Just to visit?
just to visit. Yeah.
I think this kind of it doesn't piss Essicle off, but it's like we're on a mission.
Wait, the Fae underneath. That's
That's the term I've come up with for the Feywildian ocean.
okay. Okay.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. Such a beautiful turn of phrase.
Do you
I
not
should
know
say
we're
so.
on a time crunch?
It get very distracting in places like this sometimes.
Yes. I, I have to ask. I hope you do not think I am rude, but it was almost like he was brought here intentionally.
Against his will.
Okay, so yes, I made a mistake. I may have empowered someone who isn't all right. And they periodically kidnap sailors from above. It's a whole thing that happens.
Who's that?
Lenore.
It's Lenore.
Right, right.
Right, yeah, yeah.
Is,
I remember I said something was a little bit broken in her, and she didn't seem to want that fixed. I don't know if things have changed in the last minute, but yeah. So she brings people down here to have to dance with her.
Yes, I usually end up sending them back up to their ships. It's fine. If I when I'm visiting, I'm not always here, so sometimes other things happen, I suppose.
But apparently something else happened this time.
Yes, I managed to catch Charles before she turned him into one of her dancing partners, and yeah, it's fine.
What is she doing down here?
She's been down here for a while. She was sailing on a ship, got attacked by a zombie serpent, fell down to the bottom of the ocean, was deactivated for a while, and then came back online later, completely messed up and broken. And I happened to come upon her trying to walk to shore, and failing quite miserably because she couldn't walk anymore. Her legs were broken. So I fixed that. And yeah, I fixed it, gave her a little bit of power to get to where she needed to go. She made a deal, you know how those go. And
If it would be convenient for you, you mentioned that you have to send people back to the surface when she brings them down. If it would be convenient for you, you could remove that power that you gave her, and we can take her back up with us.
she would die again.
She could not survive?
I don't think so.
Well,
Plus, that's not really our deal.
what was your deal?
I can't say.
Oh, come on, you can tell us.
No, I really can't. Like, I
Ugh.
physically, literally, legitimately can't.
Was that part of the deal? That
Yeah.
you can't tell the deal?
Yep.
Oh, all
I
right.
like those. It's a nice, it's the,
It wraps it up in a bow.
yeah.
Yes, I see. Did you include that in Charles's arrangement?
Oh, Charles doesn't have a contract with me. Not yet, anyway.
Okay. So it wasn't necessarily a deal that he made. He just took you up on an offer to go look at the
Sure.
pretty lights below.
It's my fault he's down here. I figured I'd give him a freebie.
It's very nice of you. Oh. One does not generally think of one of the fair folk giving a freebie.
Hey, sometimes, okay. We get a bad reputation sometimes. I don't think it's fair. And I know that Charles was, I mean, like the main thing Charles was telling me about when he met me was like how deeply interested his girlfriend was in the Feywild and how it was unfair that he was here and she wasn't.
Oh.
So
We
he
weren't
just was,
girlfriends when this first happened. I mean, they weren't together. Oh, now they're together.
Well,
And
so-
wonderful things happen at sea.
and so I just decided to send them both down there. She jumped first, then he jumped after.
Oh. And they're safe.
Are
They
they
don't need
together?
protecting or anything.
How close are you guys actually? Are you staying where you are?
Oh no.
No, I'll come closer.
As soon
I just
as
haven't
we
moved my token.
Yeah, as soon as we rounded the corner, Fairlos would have been stalking forward and probably only stopped not getting in this guy's face when my friends decided to have a chat.
Gotcha.
Dominique is basically just trying to stay slightly ahead of Furlos. That is the main concentration right now.
Did you said they both went, but are they together in time and in space?
In most possible ways, yes, I think.
So what have you been doing while you're here?
Ugh. Well, cleaning up my own messes, and then there was a. I actually came up here because there was this weird power surge that went through the Feywild recently.
Really?
Like we have some flow things through the ocean that I don't know who put them there, but I don't like to mess with them. And they stopped working like for a little while, and then they came back online, but that caused all sorts of disruptions.
Oh no. What happened? We had
I
a
don't know. That's
power
why I came
failure.
here.
Yeah.
I came here to find out because it's sourced from here. There was a portal to this plane.
Mm-hmm.
We had one that occurred with us too.
Oh,
That's strange that it would happen on both sides.
Not really.
Yeah, I agree with your Dragonborn friend.
But well, I suppose if they are tied through that conduit, it would make sense. But it's still weird.
It's not.
But you don't mess with those at all.
No, we don't like to mess with the machinery because it's. I never really thought about it before. It's weird that we don't want to mess with the machinery. It's probably some sort of a compulsion on it, I would imagine. Or maybe a deal that we were made to forget about. Those are fun too.
Oh, if there was a deal struck, you could include that they cannot remember.
Yeah, we've done that before. Yeah.
What
It
kind
seems
of
like
disruptions? I'm sorry,
Oh,
Furlos, your question, and then my question.
It's less
Well,
of a question and more she says that seems like a bad way to make sure that a deal does not get broken, because if you can't remember what you did, then you can't avoid trying to figure out why you don't remember something.
I'll say real quick, some of the entities in my employ have made those deals in stupid ways, where they don't include any sort of binding agreement. They just make it so that you don't touch that box, but also you forget that you're supposed to not touch that box. Whereas anytime I make those agreements, I'll tell you right now, no, you can't say that's what's happened here. I would make it so you're magically compelled not to touch that box, but also you don't know about that box.
That's smart.
But yeah, disruptions. I mean, obviously,
Right,
it's
yeah.
yeah.
There
Mhm.
was there was there was a flood, some sort of weird, like, all the water was extremely, I don't know how to explain it. Very dangerous water. Now, I'm
Mhm.
pretty commonly familiar with dangerous waters. That's sort of my whole deal. But what I mean is, like, the water was physically dangerous to be near.
Physically
Um,
harmful. Well, not
yeah,
even perhaps not even physically harmful, just harmful to you in proximity.
right. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
And so, like, one of our towns that happened to be near the pumping station was completely wiped out. I think like 10, 15,000 people died.
Huh.
I'm so
Wow.
sorry.
Oh, it's fine.
Why
Any
is
loss
it?
of life is a tragedy.
I mean, everyone returns to the, you know, the the Feywild eventually.
Oh,
But still,
still. Well,
I
you have
can't
to
imagine
understand.
it's. Oh, go ahead. I'm
No,
sorry.
I was just gonna say you have to understand it's a little bit different from for us. Like when we die, there's nowhere for us to go.
Yes, I
That
know. That's
we
why I had to bring Lenore back. Yeah.
Yeah, that we know of. So to hear that, like to hear you be a little bit to us flippant about loss of life is a little jarring.
Huh.
Do they remember
Does who remember?
the the fair folk who die? Do they remember their
Oh,
death?
well, they're gone forever, so there's nothing to remember. They
Oh, so
just
you
return
mean
to the
it's like a
Feywild.
reincarnation type thing? Eventually they come back.
No, they're
But
reabsorbed by the Feywild. The Feywild is alive. They're just different ways for the Feywild to know itself.
Got it. I don't get it, but I got it.
I think I understand what you mean, but my heart still hurts for the lives lost.
Well, I'm just come up here to find out what was going on. I mean, we can't, I don't want that to happen over and over again. So, uh, when we go to colonize that town, colonize is not the right word. It doesn't matter. When we go to live
Settle,
in that town again,
resettle.
yes, that's the word. Ugh, I can't think of things in terms that don't involve taking things over. Anyway, the point is, when we go to resettle that town, we want to make sure that it's not going to happen again.
Certainly. I hope that it does not. It was.
Well, so far I know nothing.
Okay. Um, how long did Charles say he wanted to be down there in the Fey underneath?
And he looks down, and let's show you guys since you're on the edge too, what you see through this hole.
Oh,
Oh, that's not good.
May I go down there and help it?
I'm.
Help who?
The unicorn.
Oh, that's me.
That's you.
Mhm.
That looks
elaborate.
deceased?
What?
The unicorn. The unicorn is you?
Yeah,
I
Can I
don't
make a history
understand.
check?
sure.
Yeah,
What's
I'd
the
like
history
in on
check?
that too.
What's for the surf for this for what purpose?
To know if our Fey friend here can assume different forms and why
That's really
this is
more
him.
Arcana.
I'll arcana it, sure. I
Can
just want to roll about it.
can I performance for stories about the Oberon?
Yes,
Thank you.
21.
Yeah,
Mm,
21.
much better than mine. Nope.
Um, Looking around the area, may I investigate? Do I see anything?
Yeah. What would to see anything? What
Just
specifically?
do I like looking? Um, I don't know what I
We're gonna
know
go through
about
your
the Fae.
specific questions once everybody's rolled.
Yeah, I mean, You know what I'm looking for to see if this was if this looks like it was killed or if it looks like it fell. Like,
Gotcha.
was this a sacrifice? Was this a what happened here is what I'm looking for.
Okay, make your roll.
I'm locked.
Dirty 20.
Go.
I'm not looking to roll anything, but Fairlos is locked on whatever this creature is, Oberon or whatever they
Let's
are.
yeah, let's start with Essequa.
Hmm?
Your role was Arcana,
Mhm.
specifically to see if Oberon can take multiple forms, I believe.
Yeah. And why this form would be dead.
The answer is yes. And as the head of the or head of the king of the Feywild beneath, which is an unseelie court analog, I should say.
Hmm.
Um, there's certainly some spooky shit involved in it. He goes by many names, and one of those names is in fact the Dead Runner.
Oh, that's an interesting name.
Um, Dominique, what was your question specifically?
I
Stories? I
yeah,
know you rolled an 11, but what was
yeah.
your
It was just any sort of stories that would tie into how a dead unicorn might represent Oberon.
There might be. You have a vague recollection of some maybes.
Okay. I'm just going to assume that she's so horrified at the sight of a dead unicorn and the
Mm.
fact that they're responsible for the death of tens of thousands of individuals. She's not quite clocking everything.
And finally, Rivulet. Your dirty 20 was to check. Say the. Give me your exact ask again.
I was basically doing a crime scene investigation,
Right.
and investigating the possibility of murder and sacrifice, especially.
Um,
Uh,
there was no murder. There was no sacrifice. The dead runner has always been here. The dead runner will always be here. The dead runner is eternity. The dead runner will never stop.
Cool.
okay.
Sorry, that was not expecting that.
Oh, well, it's all right.
Oh.
It
Hmm.
can be hard sometimes to understand what you're looking at. Not everyone can see into the fabric of the cosmos.
When he says that, does that trigger anything for me?
I mean, your check just now was
Yeah.
some
I
sort
mean
of
that seeing into the fabric of the cosmos is about as riv as you can get.
Yeah.
yeah. Your check just now when he says that, you're like, oh, that gives some context to the information that flashed before your eyes there,
Hmm.
that you were perhaps interrogating the universe a little bit as to what's going on. And the answer is a little hard to parse, but not impossible to parse necessarily.
You said a few minutes.
Yes, they're already back on your ship.
Excellent.
Oh, I
That's good to
expected them to
know.
come here.
You see them down there still, by the way, when he says that.
Is this one of those things where time passes differently?
Yes,
Right. Are they still going to be there when we get back there?
they should be.
And it will be them, not some sort of changeling baby?
Probably.
That's reassuring.
Lauren,
Question.
sorry. Lauren just loved that both Latia and Sim both went.
I know, they both at the same time.
You both cocked your head and looked really quizzical for a moment. It was just very funny. I'm trying to remain serious and dour, and then the two of you just like a pair.
Is Richard anywhere down here?
Oh, no, Richard needed to heal.
Oh. Is he all
Yeah.
right?
He will be.
Okay. Then let him know we asked and wanted to make sure he was okay. Please.
I can do that. No problem.
Do I believe this creature that Charles and Elizabeth are back on the ship already and that they're fine?
Make an insight check.
Lauren's like,
Yeah.
best,
Would
inside
the
a.
universe lie to you?
I mean, yes.
Yeah.
Have you looked at the
Yes,
universe?
Have
absolutely.
you
Yeah.
looked at the
Wow,
universe?
there we go, Theros.
Dirty 20.
All right, let me just roll something real quick.
I was about to say, Lauren knows, actually, probably even Fairless knows this might be an incredibly powerful creature that reading might be hard, but she can't, she's just locked in on this entire conversation.
I cast detect thoughts. No, I'm kidding. I'm
As
kidding.
as far as you know, this entity is probably being sincere.
Your Majesty, uh, I I apologize. This is an unusually pleasant and straightforward interaction
What
with
were you
one of.
expecting?
I grew up on stories of fearing your people for the uh, turns of humor that may strike.
And that giggle that he just gave you
Mm-hmm.
is going to give you a little bit of a reminder of the giggles that every once in a while Lenore was
Uh-huh.
passing through.
Uh-huh. Just it is very pleasant to be able to say I have seen another side.
Understandable. Well, I'm glad that you were willing to come down here and to take a look around.
Get out of my head,
Um,
Latia.
if you'd
Well,
like, you can visit the Feywild beneath as well if you'd like.
no, I came down here to make sure that my crewmates were okay, and if you are telling the truth that they are back on the ship, then that is where I will be going immediately.
Understandable. I would say on the way out, um, if you could do your best to say hello to Lenore in a way that unbreaks her, that would be great.
Of course. I I wish there was some way we could take her back with us.
I wish for lots of things.
Like
I
what?
usually get the stuff that I wish for, though, so
What possibly could the king of the fair folk wish for?
interesting lives.
Ah. Does it get boring?
You have no idea.
I feel like I'm probably very grateful to not understand that.
1,000, 2,000, 3,000 years ago, back when the Kasari and all their rules existed, it was fun every once in a while to, fuck with them. Just, steal a name of some politician they hear, turn some general into a turnip there. Um, these days, there's too much chaos to stand out.
There is
It's
a lot
all
of chaos.
it's all a jumble, right?
It is a cacophony.
Do
What?
you ever turn somebody into a frog?
Yeah.
A lot of people?
I mean, I've been around for a while.
Okay.
Do you want to be a frog?
I don't want to be a frog.
All right.
Wait, is Reginald with us?
I didn't
that's
think
up
he
to-
was.
I think that's up to you, but probably not.
Okay. I was just double checking.
I assumed he wasn't, otherwise I wouldn't have asked that question.
Okay.
It would have taken some convincing to get him to come with you.
Yeah.
Sorry. Um, are we by I'm not wording well. Um, are we giving a gift by reawakening Lenore? Would that be constituting a gift or a favor?
I mean, he
I
did
mean, he
ask us
did
to.
say to do a favor.
That's why
He
I'm
literally used the
clarifying
phrasing.
before. This is Jen trying to clarify, not
Oh,
Riv
okay. Got it.
He
clarifying.
Yeah.
has literally. Okay, I'm gonna be clear. I didn't say those words accidentally. He is literally asking
Okay,
you for a
just making
favor.
sure.
Yes.
Okay.
I did not want to make assumptions without
You're
Yeah.
good.
That's
making
fair.
sure I wasn't misinterpreting. Okay.
I have a question for the group above board, just to make sure that what Fairlos does next aligns with what everybody wants to do, because it sounded like I know. It sounded like talking about the reactor,
Yeah.
and what we obviously did not tell him everything we know about the reactor.
Yeah.
Is that something we want to avoid?
I think so.
I think
Yeah.
I have been very pointedly avoiding any sort of direct tie there.
Okay. Because Fairlos is considering, because she doesn't believe that Charles and Elizabeth could be okay until she sees it, feels it, touches it, whatever. And so at this moment, they are still potentially in danger, and we
Well-
have information that he wants, but there's been enough of the way this conversation has gone that she's not going to blurt it out in the same way, and that's why. But you can probably tell.
Let's do this. Can I make an insight check to pick up on Furlos looking like she maybe wants to say something that the rest of us might not like?
I don't know if it's not like, but I don't think it's hidden at all. I mean, if you
Okay.
feel like you need to do an insight check, but like I think
Well,
it's,
if you're okay with me just grokking that from the time
Well, the
we've spent
question,
together.
yeah,
the question we're making here is essentially, how overt are you? Is this? Because if it's overt enough, the other people in the room, besides just Dominique, would also clock what you're thinking.
the
a little bit.
overt is
Well,
at the
here's what I want to do. Basically, if I can pick up what Furlos is thinking, I want to turn back to the rest of the group and say, basically, hey, can we have a moment to talk
Yeah, 'cause-
before we head out?
what Fairlos is thinking about doing is essentially, hey, we know what happened. We can give you this information, but I'm not going to do it until I know for sure that Charles and Elizabeth are okay. Like, she's looking to offer that exchange, but knows enough about the way that the three of you have been having this conversation that might be a no-go. So yes, this is both Fairlos and Lauren trying to not make this all a PETA.
Let me do the insight check.
Okay. I'll say she's not trying to hide it, so.
Yeah. Okay, 17.
Oh, yeah.
Your Majesty, would you pardon us for one moment? There is something I want to discuss with the rest of the group before we leave your presence fully.
Sure.
Thank you. And I will head back up to the stairs.
Okay.
Oh, we see them down there. Okay, yeah, there they are. I will head back up to the stairs and get up the stairs a little bit.
Cool.
At which point I will turn to Farlos. You look like you have something on your mind.
Until I know that they are safe and sound, I don't believe honeyed words, especially from creatures who are responsible for them being gone. So, unless you can think of a way for us to confirm that right now.
I could cast Sending. Wait, is that the right character? That's not the right character. Ignore that. No, it's the right character. Ha! I could cast Sending.
Because the other thing is, if he has been truthful, and they are whole and okay, and have simply just gone for a little trip, and have forgotten that maybe letting their crewmates know that they are okay was part of the deal of coming on this trip, I believe it is in all of our best interests that he know what we know about the reactor.
I will be honest. I am all for telling him.
Then cast your sending, please.
All right. I cast sending to Charles Moriarty.
Fair enough.
Charles, it is Dominique. Bonjour. Just checking to make sure you are back on the ship and not still in the moistened Fey realm.
No, we only spent a year and a half there. We're back on the ship now. We were going to stage a rescue. Are you okay?
He finished it asking if I am okay.
But did he say that he was up there?
They're back there. Yes, they were a year and a half down, and they're back on the ship. But I
Year and a half.
I don't feel right with those lives being on our hands.
They're not on our hands. Listen, we were not responsible for that reactor almost melting down. We were responsible for stopping it. If it had melted down and been destroyed, all of us would have been destroyed.
Well, then perhaps we should... I don't know. I feel like we should at least tell him so he knows it won't happen again, as long as nobody fucks with it. Maybe then they could provide some protection and get it out of the hands of the ne'er-do-well Portibellan.
Considering all the other factions that are thinking about getting involved, I feel like it is only the right thing to do to let him know. Otherwise, he's just going to keep looking and eventually find out, and it might be in a way that is even more detrimental than what would be happening if we didn't tell him.
I would be fairly pissed off if the people responsible for something, even though they did not intend it to be bad, were in my face and did not tell me that they were aware of the situation and why it happened and put my mind at ease. Est ce quoi, Rivulette?
I'm okay with this.
All right.
Are you able to tell Charles that we are, for the moment, okay and to not send anybody else below?
I can, yes. They are going to mount a rescue. Let me do that real fast.
Don't you... Sending is a level 3 spell.
Yep.
You are level 5, so you only have one level 3 spell slot.
I have 2 level 3 spell slots.
Oh, okay. Brain's not one. Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah.
And we actually haven't spent that many, or at least some of us haven't spent that many spell slots, so.
I cast sending again.
Okay.
Charles, if you ask a question in response, I have to cast again. Yes, we are fine. We are going to be back soon. Au revoir. Which is technically 2 words, so he just gets oh.
Cool.
And he'll start walking down the stairs.
The last thing I'll say before you walk down the stairs, I'm more than happy to help you in discussing this. I would advise, however, to not actively take responsibility for
I won't.
any of it.
I will not.
Your guilt aside.
I will not. Facts only, emotion, no.
Agreed.
Oberon looks over at you guys. Ahoy hoy!
Ahoy! I like that. I might steal that. I'm kidding. we wanted to tell you something. And we know what happened that caused the search.
Okay.
It was a piece of Kasari equipment that malfunctioned. And when it was repaired, it went offline temporarily.
Mm.
That is what caused the problem.
You happen to know? How do you know about that?
Because we were told that it was failing. And we saw it happen. The only thing that could be done was to take it offline and put it back online.
Are you the ones that did that?
Does it matter?
In a way. You can be honest. Or not honest.
I think it would be very foolish to lie. I will tell you I was involved.
You feel guilty, don't you?
Whether I do or not is irrelevant.
Well, your Dragonborn friend here was telling me earlier that, and all of you in general were saying that, like, deaths matter more to you than they do down in the underneath.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
But my guilt is not relevant to the facts
Oh,
of what
no.
happened.
I just brought back all 15,000 people. It's fine.
We did
Insight?
Yeah, sure. Roll an insight.
14.
I mean, seems like he's being honest.
Just like that.
Sure, I could have done it any time, but they'd return to the Feywild. But if it bothers you, if it's causing you misery, there's no reason for me not to just.
The main reason that we fixed the problem was if we let it melt down, it was going to destroy everything.
That would be bad.
That would be very bad. So, as much as the fallout from what happened from fixing it was bad, it was not as bad as it could have been. Also, that water that came through, it is, some were calling it a curse, but it's radiation. Do you know what that is?
Oh God. Back when I was in the Kasari Empire myself, I think I recall some of the scientists were talking about the beginnings of like nuclear reactors or something.
I'm sorry,
Yep.
You were in the Kasari Empire yourself?
Yeah.
You were Kasari?
Sure.
Sometimes I wonder, sometimes I think everybody was at some point.
What do you think happened to the old king of the Unseelie Court?
I never really asked.
Yeah, we replaced him.
It's amazing. So it's question Sim. The way that the current gods came into being, is that commonly known?
No, commonly known, no.
Okay. That's amazing.
Yeah. And we didn't need a reality television show to make our changes.
A reality what now?
We know this. We know this.
We do
that-
know? Oh,
yeah,
that's
we
what I
do
was
know
asking, if we knew. Okay.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
we
yeah.
know. Yeah.
Okay.
know.
We absolutely know that
But
the current
that's-
gods were
okay,
created,
yeah.
were chosen via
That's
reality
what I was
TV.
asking. I'm sorry, I
But
wasn't
common
clear.
knowledge, the rest of
Okay.
the world, no. Us, oh, yeah.
It was a bit of a kind of cheap ploy. Just saying. Seems a bit all substance or all flash and no substance. Hey, are you familiar with the line "The play is the thing"?
From Hamlet, yes?
Was there any sort of significance of that?
Wait, hold on. Hamlet didn't exist a week ago.
What?
What?
What? I very specifically remember it existing.
And so do I, but I also remember a reality where it didn't exist. Oh, somebody's messing with stuff.
Oh, okay. All right. Now Essica's got to keep a straight face here.
Again, Latia.
Latia's face says everything.
Yeah.
Essica's is more dragony, therefore it is more stoic.
More stoic.
Considering what you were saying earlier about how everything has been more chaotic recently, are you really that surprised?
No, I am now more worried than I've been in several tens of thousands of years.
What do you
Ugh.
mean someone is messing with things?
I remember two distinct branches of reality. I remember a before and a change, and that's never good.
What was the catalyst for the point of change?
I don't know. I didn't realize it until you brought up Hamlet.
Okay, wait. So
Sorry, we're laughing with you. We're 100%.
Yeah,
no, I know
like,
you are.
yeah.
I know you
all
are,
of us
and this
are
is a
clicking.
question I can only ask out of character because it's a Oberon.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I know.
Summer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Are we is Oberon, because Oberon is D&D lore often, and Titania is often D&D lore. But where is our lore boundary in this world?
I will tell you right now, as of a week ago, when something happened, or actually it was less than a week ago, that's when he remembers, but something happened in the last week.
Mhm.
All of the works of Shakespeare now exist in this world.
Yep. Okay.
Did he have a different name before that?
Probably the running.
You don't have to tell us
The name.
what it is.
Are you
But-
going to ask him if he had a different name? That would be the proper thing, because if he can remember two different
that's
timelines,
what
maybe. Okay.
I'm doing. You do not have to tell us what it is or was.
No, I've
But-
always been Oberon, I think. Oof. Well, that's a... Whew.
An existential crisis.
It's been a daily occurrence recently.
Why does this
Rivulette is
happen around me?
the author of this existential crisis.
Huh.
Don't say that out loud.
Whatever you do, you know what? Okay. So I was gonna invite you again and try and incentivize you to go down into the Feywild, because I thought it would be really funny if I created a temporal paradox.
Mm.
Because you've already messaged Charles.
Right.
I'm not gonna do that right
Good.
now.
Probably good call.
Is a very
Can't
bad
believe-
idea.
Can't believe we've unsettled the king of the unsealing court.
It's fine.
I think the universe has.
I'm gonna go
Okay.
and work on some stuff.
Okay.
Sure.
And if you manage to unbreak Lenore, I'll owe you a favor. Bye.
Okay, bye.
But that was interesting.
What the fuck just happened? What is going on? We broke the world?
No, the world was broken. We were trying to fix it.
I just kind of slowly look at Rivulette.
Don't look
wake
at
up.
me.
Don't wake up.
Hmm?
Okay.
I'm gonna go see about fixing Lenore.
Yeah.
And I gate her up.
It's fair enough. I am gonna say that's a good place for us to end our episode.
Love it.
Nothing like having a
Memory
good
Mind is blown.
every. I love that we're at the point where the existential crisis comes, and
They just keep
Fairlos.
coming.
Well, and Fairlos is at the point where she's like, "Yep."
Yep. Shit's fucked.
Yep. Like, oh, you're in this too now. Uh-huh. I had mine about a week and a half ago. Great.
Ah.
This is wild.
This is something else.
This is awesome.
Oh,
It's really cool.
Thank you for
Gonna
not
give-
letting Fairlow smash him in the face with her hammer. She was very close.
I'm
would've
so
been
proud. I'm so
like-
proud.
Giving you the unseelie king and like making him hostile or tricksy is just so cliche at this point.
Kind of
Why not
is.
just make him
Yeah.
make him alien but kind of cool with everything
Well, I also
until you unsettled him.
I also like the idea of that was what the old Unseelie King was
Mhm.
tricksy
Yeah.
and evil and manipulative and everything. And so when this
It's
new
so
one,
passe.
So of
Yeah.
course the Kasari had to replace him.
yeah. And the
Well,
new one was
look,
like,
and if he's being influenced too by Shakespearean Oberon, it's not Oberon who plays the tricks mostly. It's
Yeah.
friends of Oberon who
Mhm.
Oberon goes, yeah, go do the thing.
yeah,
Yeah, that sounds funny. Go.
Oberon's an enabler. Anyway,
Let's do our credits and outro. Cartography by Shay and Peku. Cartography by Shay and Peku Sci-Fi. Maps by Luke Stratton. Maps by Eightfold Paper. Music by Tabletop Audio. Character tokens by Greek46. Custom tokens by Shay and Peku Tokens. Overlays by Brian Podell of Exploding Dice. And the custom world map was by Frecklesketches. Thank you again to our moderators, Billith and Strike Redkite. Let's go down the list of our players. And if you have anything to plug, now would probably be the time. Katie?
Hello, everybody. I am Katie Downey, aka Goblin Katie. I thank you so much for joining us tonight. This was something I'm going to be thinking about solid all week long. Once again, remember, Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms has given us that handy dandy code for the Electrum Chest. Check it through. Catch me on Thursday over on Unmade Gaming, where I will be playing Vaesen with a group of very lovely people, and it is a lovely game, and we're certainly not going to have any horrible things happen to us this week as we go to confront the nasty thing.
hi, I'm Lauren Urban. You can find all the stuff I'm doing at lauren-urban.com. I'm fortunately doing quite a few streams, but I'll only talk about one because we've talked for many, many weeks now about voting, and voting happens on Tuesday. And for many, many reasons, a lot of people are really stressed about the election. And maybe once you've done your voting and everything is taken care of, you might want to not think about it for at least a little bit, especially Tuesday night. Which is why my regular Tuesday game, which is a Humblewood game, is still happening this Tuesday at 6 p.m. Pacific on the Phoenix Iwaki channel. You can come watch a whole bunch of us be cute animals trying to save the world from a big fiery thing and spend a couple of hours just not thinking about other big fiery things. So come on by, and yeah, that's about it.
I am Jen Kretschmer. You can find me as at Dreamwisp on almost all of the places. Dreamwisp Jen everywhere else. Please vote. Check out the new Dungeon Master's Guide because I worked on it and it's pretty cool, and it's a beautiful book with incredible art, and
It's pretty cool.
it's pretty cool. A lot of people put a lot into it, and it's unlike, I think older DMGs had a lot of really great material, but it wasn't very user friendly. This is now very, very useful for your game and in a format that is much more usable. So
And the
please
art.
check it out. The art is next level. The
Oh.
art is so beautiful, like just unbelievably gorgeous art. So please check that out, and please vote.
We'll say
I'm
the D
excited
is-
to be able to stop having to say that.
Oh my god.
I mean, don't ever stop voting. Stay engaged. Once everything is over, like, that is not the time to not be engaged in what's happening in the world. But it'll be nice to not have a deadline of things.
Mm-hmm.
Horrible little abomination in the bottom corner of one of the pages, and I love him.
Wait, what? Which one?
You went way too high pitched for us to understand. Oh, okay.
Oh, the little bitty gibbering mouther. He's so cute. Hi everybody, I'm Latia Jaquise, and I just realized that I have two things to plug about myself. They've already happened, and I will be providing links in the chat. At GameholeCon 2-3 weeks ago now, I joined the wonderful folks at Ghostfire Gaming to both play some Grim Hollow and to be on their Eldritch Lorecast. I was joined by DM Ben Byrne from Ghostfire Gaming and good God, Jay Foster from Swole Initiative and Kelly McLaughlin from the Dungeon Dudes as we did a little bit of Grim Hollow gaming. It was great, and you will never see the twist coming. And so they put that up on YouTube. And then at GameWorldCon also, we did a live episode of the Eldritch Lorecast where we talked about the DMG a little bit before early release happened. So if you want to have a little listen to that while you're flipping through your DMG, both those links are now in chat because I found things and was productive. Proactive is the word I was looking for.
I mean,
Other
both.
than
They
that,
both work.
both. Yay. Other than that, I have nothing going on except for this game. So catch me here. And anything else I will be announcing on my website or on Blue Sky because I'm mostly there now.
Oh yeah, Blue Sky.
Blue Sky.
Yep.
Also
I,
vote
Sky.
because it's Dio's birthday.
Oh yeah.
I did want to say, small little short story here. In 2016, after the election, I was kind of wrecked. I think a lot of people were, but part of that came from the fact that I didn't feel I had done as much as I could have. Like I didn't think that what happened was going to happen, so it didn't strike me to like work really hard, and I got purged from the voter rolls because I wasn't careful enough of checking up on that. At the very least, when the next time we see you after the election's already happened, you'll want to be able to say that you've done everything you could. That's it. Thank you very much for watching, and we will see you next week.
Do you have an outro?
No, don't die.